Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Bleach Chapter 570 review. Now, of course, today I have stuff to do because, well, simply put, I don't have time to do my reviews in the morning. In the afternoon, I'm quite busy. So it's going to be now or never. That's the way it is. So before I get started, I do want to give a big shout outs to the Raichus on Patreon.com. We have made the goal possible, and someone is winning a PlayStation 4. That is fantastic. Now, let's move on. This week's chapter of Bleach, first of all, I called it. Alright? It's a one-strike maneuver. Because she doesn't have the Rukia. She doesn't have the Reiatsu. And also, because I was thinking about Rook from Magi, so I have no idea why. But, Magi. Either way. Sinbad, that's right. Now, the thing here is this, though. The moment she strikes, and we see her form, it's like, it's hard to explain, but she looks like some kind of princess. Like, almost like a... I don't think that China had... I don't know. I don't know Chinese history that well. So I was gonna say like a Chinese empress, but do they have empresses in China? I thought that it was only the emperor. Well, then again, no. The emperor must have married someone, right? So basically, it looks like. Let's keep it simple. It looks like someone of high nobility in China. That's the way, or that's what her Bankai reminds me of when it comes to the appearance. Her Zanpakuto seems to be like a very clear, like hazy white. And there's a massive drawback, of course. She does one strike, and then her body immediately starts to, like, crack. And, like, you can see it in her actual, like, hand. And then we have Nisama come in there and say pretty much, melted slow. And then he's on some speech about fear and how fear really can't, something about fear and the sword and how, like, you can't achieve your true potential by wielding a sword based on fear. Something along those lines, alright? The exact words escape me, but it's not a big deal because Asnod's already dead. And mind you, by the way, Asnod had a vilification flashback, which I'm like, whatever, alright? Because I've seen it too many times in a lot of shonen, in a lot of manga, period. And it irks me. How they have a villain, alright? And Damon Spade in Himari Reborn is a clear example of this. The freaker had this entire flashback right before he died, explaining why he did what he did, just to justify what he's doing. And in this case, there's a short little flashback of Aslan about how he fear. I don't want to die. Pain. It comes you are here. Let me give you my power. And then he explains how I fear pain, I fear death, I fear the Bankai, whatever. Then he dies. So again, something like a justification flashback, I'm not a fan of those. I really don't care, alright? I just don't. Now, we move on. The next half of the chapter is something that I thought was not going to happen. We actually go over to... I don't know her name, because she is so irrelevant as a character as a whole in the series. But she is the vice captain of the 4th squad. And she's chilling with Yachiru, and pretty much she's healing these people. From my recollection, she was healing Rose and Kensei, and Yachiru's like going wild because apparently Kenpachi's like not there. He's not gonna come back for a while, so she has some free time to kill. She's gonna help out her, and then as she's healing, there's some voice behind her. She turns around. She's trying to see like what's going on, and then all of a sudden, some guy appears right behind her, hugging her, like peekaboo. Hey, and then in comes Yachiru punch, but then the guy disappears, alright? And then what happens is that, I don't know what exactly happens, but she punches him, then he says, did she just hit me? No, you crossed the line, and then all of a sudden, it appears as if like the impact of her punch shifted back towards her. And then she has like the imprint, or like, like she basically gets punched. Or like that's the way, either that, or he punched her. Now again, it's hard to tell. But I'm going to go with the former. I'm going to go and say that he punched her. I'm sorry, she punched him. This guy, the vanishing point, his name I think is Grunhild, something like that. Yeah, something like that, Grunhild. And basically, I want to say that she punched him, but because she like broke some kind of rule, she gets the impact of her own punch. And the way his powers work is that he's able to actually remove, or like something with his very being, with his essence, where in which he's able to like remove his essence from this physical realm, or like this spiritual realm, whatever. He's able to completely remove his essence, not only physically but also from your own mind. So Yachiru, when she's like, wait a second, I thought I shocked him. Wait, him? And then, because she forgot who she was actually attacking. And then that's when she actually got like the imprint of her own attack. So, what's going on there is fascinating, because the guy actually appears to be like a very covert ops kind of dude. And you wouldn't think that the Quincy would have this kind of guy. Well, I can't say that you wouldn't think, because they're pretty much an army. So actually, when you think about it, it does make sense that within an army, they would have someone who's very covert. But to literally remove your own essence from not only the spiritual, physical, touchable realm, whatever you want to call it, and also from your own mind, is a very, very, very unique power. And what I can say is that I don't know how they're going to beat them. I don't know how they're going to beat him. So, because if he vanishes, I mean, because the way it is that I think that the vice captain of the 4th squad, I believe that she can actually still hear him, because she hasn't broken any of the rules that pertain to his power. But we may see a captain person come in there and save the day. Or Yachiru herself goes all out, which the Bleach fans of this story have been waiting. When it comes to Yachiru, we have been waiting to see Yachiru do something. She hasn't done shit. And it's strongly implied that she has significant power, but she's never actually used said power. So it's kind of irksome, to say the least, to have someone like a vice captain like Yachiru, who could be very powerful, not do anything for the majority of the series, Kubo. For the majority of the series. It takes the final arc for this individual to actually do something. The same thing goes for Unohana. The same thing goes for, no, let me leave it at that. Because there are other characters that haven't shown anything of great impact in the overall story, and it's implied that they're going to do something in this final arc. And it's like, so you're telling me that their character introduction in the story during either the Soul Society arc, either during the Ironclad saga, whatever, was irrelevant or was minuscule at best until the final arc of the story? Whoa, Coobs, what are you doing, man? Alright, with that being said, I'm gonna leave it at that, because I do need to go. So, or I need to hurry this up. So basically, the chaptering overall, we didn't really get to see what Rukia's Bankai did. I hate that sometimes. It's like she does something. There's like some giant white haze pillar, and then we see the end result. And the end result is Asnot, like his face cut off in like in half, and like his giant mutated body starts to break down in icicles. And what I can say is that Rukia not using that power beforehand. I mean, I understand why, because she didn't want to actually go all out in the first stage, but it's just that it throws me off how like when Nissan has to hop in there, then she does it. Oh, in comes, and by the way, she's already been affirmed previously in the story by Byakuya, but apparently that wasn't enough. So we needed to have more affirmation, and then she does the Bankai, and then Asuna is killed. All right, he's KIA, and I mean, Asuna to me, whatever, right? Just whatever. I mean, I could argue, like, why is it that she or he gets frozen by this particular power, but yet, when it comes to absolute zero, it's like, okay, so I can break out of that. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's Kubo. I don't know what's going on there, bro. So, well, whatever. The chapter, I am happy that I was right about her Bankai ability, which, you know, but because it makes sense. If she can barely handle her Shikai, her Bankai, it has to be a one-shot. It has to be. And, again, when it comes to this individual, the Vanishing Point, he's intriguing because his powers are fascinating. They really are. Of course, some kind of hacks going on there. But as of right now, the best part of that scene, of that series, of that part of the chapter, is pretty much expecting Yachiru to actually use to go all out, to show something. At least her Sheik, I forgot. If Yachiru has a Bankai and Kubo's never shown her Bankai, fuck you, bro. Kubes, really? Really? I'm going to assume that she has a Shikai, at least. If she has a Bankai, Kubo, oh, you're getting a huge middle finger. So I'm done. King Lightning, the chapter overall, okay plus. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day.